Do you have any deadlines coming up in January? And if you do, how are you planning to manage all of that and the stress of that?
I do actually, quite a few lined up in the middle of Jan, and since I live in the halls, I am the sous chef, the chef, and the dishwasher. So I have to pretty much manage all the cooking parts. So I plan to meal prep quite a lot, and other than scheduling my entire day, I really like to schedule fun, like a simple walk, a movie night, maybe cooking with the friends. Something very simple, but something that just keeps me going. The weather in London seems to have its own personality. How do you plan to deal with that?
Well, that's an interesting question. I think my least favourite thing about January is the weather because it sucks, it's gloomy, and you just don't ever want to be outside. So how I like to do it is just take advantage of that instead of trying to fight it, and allow myself to stay inside and kind of hibernate and be cozy, and instead of trying to fight the short days and the long nights, take advantage of that and sleep as much as I can and rest so that I'm ready to go when term starts again. So in January, it's always hard to stay positive and motivated. How do you deal with that? Do you have any tips you can share?
So personally, I really like to journal. Apart from pursuing my hobbies, which are sketching or just doodling something. Also, Queen Mary has this amazing wellbeing service which students can access. If you just need someone to talk to, vent, or you're just feeling a little under the weather and you think talking to someone might help, that service is of really good use. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned hobbies. I think that's a really important thing. I always try and do a million hobbies when I have some free time. It's always good to get a new skill.
Absolutely. Due to all the overspending we do in December, we tend to get broke by January.
Yeah.
So how do you plan to have fun while managing your expenses in January?
Well, I'm very fortunate that I live in this wonderful area, and there's always things going on all the time, community events. There's markets every Sunday, which I always go to. There's Victoria Park Market, which isn't far. There's Columbia Road Flower Market, Broadway Market. There's loads going on, even if you don't buy anything in the markets, which I never really do. But it's nice to just be kind of in that atmosphere and, meet people, see cute dogs walking around and nice flowers. So that's always something to do. I also have an app. There's lots of different apps you can find with things to do online. You can find things on social media, and like people to meet and events going on. There's like free walking tours and stuff around London. But I have an app called Meetup, I think it's called, and they have loads of community events on there, like free little socials, free dinners, walking tours, book clubs. I'm going to a meditation on Thursday for free. So there's loads of things around London that you could do. We're in a massive city and everyone's in the same boat, so everyone's looking for things to do. And I think just really get involved with your community because there's loads going on.
Oh yeah. And adding to that, I think there are different student discounts that you have,
Yes.
and student meals. So I really look forward to my Tuesday Starbucks coffee because it's only £2. So it's also a nice getaway. You go out, you get your coffee, so it's a nice walk, and you can always make use of that.
When you are feeling social and when deadlines allow, how do you maintain your friendships and talk to the people around you and meet up with them during January?
So I live at the university now, and that's a privilege because I get to live with my friends and I can chill around whenever I want to. But when I do want to meet people outside the dorm, I usually plan or schedule weekends. That way everybody, blocks a time slot. And other than that, you always have societies. There are so many societies. I'm part of a couple. So I get to meet with so many people there because they keep hosting events. And on days when I do feel social and I have pretty much nothing to do, I would just go to the library square because there's something happening there every time. So, and it's free.
Exactly. So what would you say are your top 3 tips for January?
I would say start by scheduling fun because when you have something to look forward to, you're automatically motivated. Other than that, I would say your to-do list is your best friend. So make sure you write everything down so that you have a clear layout of how you want things done. And getting a hot drink always helps. So go for that hot chocolate, go for that coffee. Yeah. What about you? What are your top 3s?
I would say definitely self-care and rest and relaxation, hibernate, sleep. And then I would also say, reach out to people, reach out to your friends, your family, speak to them, and spend some time outside in nature. Maybe the trees aren't as green, but go and walk, the air's still fresh.
Especially when the sun is out.
Exactly, especially when the sun is out. And take advantage of the free things in the city and enjoy your life.